Hey, what's going on, Kieran? Well, welcome to the show. It's been a lot of crazy news coming out from Pangia. Really good stuff, I'm hearing. And Magic Monday is just around the corner. Woo! So, super stoked. Just next week, you guys are going to be launching the test net for everybody. Just for the new viewers out there, would you mind introducing yourself and explaining what Pangia is and why you founded Pangia to begin with?
Okay, well, thanks a lot for having us on the Mac chat today. You've been one of the original supporters of Pangia Mac, having us on Twitter Spaces. So we really appreciate this opportunity to go a bit deeper into Pangia. But to bring it back to the beginning, we started Pangia because we just didn't think that the internet was a very fair place for the little guy, for the small creators, for the people who like get up every day and put their work, put their effort, put their comments on the internet. They're kind of getting screwed over by the algorithms, the advertisers, and the attention. You know, we've talked at length about how the current models favor the guys with huge follower counts who are just churning out the same AI generated content. And people are getting fed up with this internet. This internet just suits the big tech giants and the corporates. And people want an internet more like the internet used to be, which is about connection, content, and creativity. And Pangia is that place. That's why we started it. And we're now 3 years into the journey, and it has been a real labor of love. I mean, every day we've pushed through so many obstacles, so many hardships to be here. And we stand on the sort of the kind of edge of a great cliff because, as you've said, Magic Monday, which is Monday the 12th of August, is just around the corner, when we will be opening up Pangia and allowing anybody with a whitelisted wallet to get on the platform and try it and start using it for themselves. Yeah, that's Pangia. We started it because we love how the internet used to be. We hate how the internet has become. We want the internet to be more around the people, less around the big businesses. Pangia is that answer.
Yeah, I am really stoked for Magic Monday. You guys are going to be launching Pangia. It's still going to be on the Aleph Zero test net, right? Are you guys launching on any other networks, test networks, or just Aleph Zero next week?
No, we're just on launching on Aleph Zero at the moment. We've had a great partnership with Aleph Zero. I mean, I'm not like a blockchain native guy, right? I don't know much about blockchains. Lee is the real blockchain expert. He's one of the partners. He's not with us today. And you actually said something to me like a few weeks ago, which really made me realize the power of Aleph Zero. And I think what it was when you were talking about signing wallet transactions and the anonymity on Aleph Zero, that people couldn't see your transactions. And I really realized that Aleph Zero is a piece of technology that has been built for applications like Pangia, where people need to have security and privacy. At some point, blockchain has to make the leap from these discords of everybody going when moon and like hyping the coin price up to actually being a usable technology. And it was actually through UMAC that I realized that Aleph Zero really does have those features that we need to take blockchain to mass adoption. And so we're really glad to be here, really.
Yeah, I mean, we really need a private database, right? So all the banks and everything, you keep your money there, but all the databases are private with Facebook, Twitter, or sorry, X, Instagram, everything. All the database is private. So Olive Zero is really the only blockchain that you can have that kind of privacy layer, right? So I think it's really important that will hopefully be developed soon and come out, and then we can utilize that on Pangaea and all the other dApps that are coming out. And then it'll really be an actual competitor to Web 2.0, because right now, yeah, it's just shilling meme coins, and there isn't really any value that's being added by the crypto industry in general. And my personal opinion, but I think Pangaea could really be one of the first, forefront highlights of the new Web 3.0.
Yeah, that's what we hope as well. And one thing that we keep finding about Pangaea is that when we take it out and we show it to big businesses, they don't get it. But when we show it to individuals who use the internet, they love it. So like just at the minute, I've been talking to tons of people on LinkedIn and tons of people on Twitter and saying, look, this is what Pangaea is doing. And the message that we're hearing over and over again is that the world needs something like Pangaea, that people are getting tired of this sort of one size fits all internet, especially now with AI networks coming and chopping up your content and reserving it. Someone was telling me the other day you can get this like bot from I think it's from India or China, and it will make you a website out of content scraped from similar websites. So like even if I went out there and I like put all my heart and soul into my website about my business, my passion, then in like 3 months' time, there's going to be like 50 other websites that are just using my content to sell a similar kind of thing. And I think people are getting tired of this internet that can be accessed by everybody and used by everybody, where the value is just extracted off it. So we're seeing more and more of a need for Pangia. Anyway, I'll get off my high horse and let you continue the interview, Mac. Thanks.
No, you had some really good points. You had some really good points. Lots of AI generated content out there. There's not a lot of, I feel, genuine content. And even when I start doom scrolling through Twitter or X or whatever, I see the same content being spilled out, just rephrased in a different way, either utilizing AI or maybe someone actually took the time to, rephrase the content. But I'm kind of doubting it. But then you can really spot the genuine content because it catches your eye, because it's not the same old AI generated crap that just keeps getting poured out. And hopefully, Pangia will allow humans to kind of recognize that, recognize the difference between AI generated content and actually human content, and actually get the articles and things like they need. So for example, you have Medium, and you can pay a certain amount of money to read articles on Medium, but then that's just reading articles. Then you have to go and then you have to pay for another sort of media website, not social media, but like you were saying before. Actually, did you explain that? I don't think you explained that today. Would you mind explaining to us how Pangia is going to differ from the current social media, and then I'll go along with the spiel I was going to go on.
Well, because it's creator first, Pangia is able to prioritize creativity. So what we're able to do is we're able to link content based on relevancy. So users are allowed to link content into a nodal network of other pieces of content, which controls how content is found. At the minute, we don't have a huge amount of content on the platform, so the linking system is very simple, but over time, we're looking forward to how that system evolves. How will it evolve? Well, it'll evolve as our community wants it to evolve, because everything on Pangia is community run. People get to vote on it. You get one vote per user that determines the evolution of the network. The real way that Pangia works is that Pangia is about, how should I put it? We called it kind of like you kind of stake to get rewarded. So with Pangia, all activity on the network needs the token. So if you want to post, you need the token. If you want to subscribe, you need the token. And if you want to curate, you need the token. And then what happens is every day we emit a load more tokens, and those tokens are used to reward creators based on their contribution to the network. Yeah. So that's how it works. Like utility on the platform drives demand for the token. We then use the activity on the network to decide who has contributed what, and then we reward that activity in tokens. And because that model is separate from a free internet model that relies on advertisers to bring in revenue, we're able to prioritize creativity. Like, that sounds more complicated than it is. Like, when you use the platform, it becomes obvious. Like, it's one of those things where when you talk about it, it's complex. When you use it, you just get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you were saying you wanted to label Pangia, or you were thinking about, everyone was sick of using the term social media, but what was the term that you guys were planning to use for Pangia? Because I think, it's kind of going in a different direction than traditional social media, and everyone is kind of getting a bit tired of it. So what were you guys planning to go with that?
Oh, so we're calling it creator first social media. So Lee talks a lot about this. He says, and Lee's been in the blockchain a lot longer than me. He says that too many of the models out there at the minute are just Twitter on the blockchain, Reddit on the blockchain, Instagram on the blockchain, YouTube on the blockchain. So they've just taken the Web 2 model, imported in all the problems, and just stuck a token on the back, and often just a token that just endlessly spills out and just dilutes everybody down. So if you're not kind of like working on the platform full time, then your token is just dropping through the floor because you need to just keep banging it in your bag from activity, which is the same empty rewards as you're getting from Web 2.0. So we've decided to call it Creator First because it truly puts creativity first. So it's about what have you put on here? Do you really think your work is good enough to get rewarded? Like, if you think your work is good enough to get rewarded, stake a token, put a token in. Yeah, you pay a token to put your content up. If you think your content's good enough and it is good enough, then it gets rewards in tokens. Yeah, so it's all about the value of your creativity and being rewarded for the value of your creativity, rather than how much attention that your content has got in order to get advertisers to
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Like all this attention grabbing tends to lead to a lot of transformation and alteration of facts to kind of fit whatever narrative you're trying to go with. And a lot of times I see something, I'm like, you're just kind of basically change the whole meaning behind the post and the facts behind it to make it look at a different way so it goes along with your narrative, but you're actually lying to everybody. But technically it's not lying, and that just really, really like irks me. That's why I almost never scroll down Twitter anymore, honestly, on X. I barely look at, the only thing I look at is maybe Instagram stories of my friends, and that's pretty much the max of my social networking nowadays, because it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, so like
yeah.
I go on LinkedIn. It's the same hustle grind thing. It's like, you can do it. You need to be posting content every day. You need to be working the angles. You need to be doing the personal brand. That's LinkedIn. When I go on X is surreal. X is like, I look at a post and I think, is this post real or not? I'll look in the comments. So I look in the comments, and the comments are just a ton of videos that have no relation to the
yeah.
video, yeah. And I'm like, I can't even find a comment that relates. I'm like, is this video I'm looking at real? Because this doesn't seem real, yeah. Or is someone gonna like say something on here? And so you then look at one thing I do like about Twitter though, and I have thought is pretty good, is the addition of community notes, where people are able to call out stuff as, you know, like, this isn't true, or this is some context. And I do like that. I think that's a really good feature, and that's kind of like how Pangia is going to work, in that Pangia is going to have the ability to connect content to content. So if you've got a piece of content that verifies or disputes the veracity of a piece of other piece of content, you can link it, and people can then boost the prominence of the linked content so that it appears in the higher up in the navigation options from a piece of content. It's like quite hard to describe when you're talking about it with your hands, but yeah. If you think about Pangia as like a big nodal network, and we can connect content based on relevancy. So if you've got supporting information, you can connect it. If you've got negating information, you've got connect it. If you are inspired by a piece of content, you can connect it. So it's all about the connection and the relevancy of content to other pieces of content. Yeah.
Totally. Well, speaking of Pangia, you guys got the Magic Monday coming up next week. Woo.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a really exciting launch on Monday. What time zone will you guys be launching at on Monday? Do you know?
So I imagine that we'll just sort of start on UTC, which will be like in the morning. That's when we'll start putting the links out, and we'll start like spreading the word via blogs and via emails to our lists, on our Discords. We'll start putting it all out there to our followers, to our friends. We'll kind of just start talking to everybody about it and getting as many people as we can on there. So yeah, whatever time it is on the 12th, just get out there and yeah.
On to the next part of the program, where we're going to introduce Lee Kerr. He is the co-founder of Pangia.io, and he is actually the UX UI sort of graphics mastermind behind the beautiful sort of branding of Pangia. And he's also going to go ahead and do the demo for us today and show us all of the awesome features that will be available to us on the launch day. So thanks, Lee, for joining the show, and looking forward to seeing the demo.
Cheers, Kieran. Cheers, Mac. I'm Simon, the brand director of Pangia, and I'd like to show you what we've been working on over the past 3 years. This is the homepage of Pangia. This is where all new content arrives. We have multiple different content types, ranging from text to photo, to music, to video. We can even create a playlist of your different and most favorable pieces of content. So I'll just quickly show you that. Create playlist. Let's find another piece that I'd like to add to it. Here we go. Put it in there. Give it a title, a little description, and then you can create a whole new seed from other seeds, which is quite a unique little feature. So as you can see, we've been having multiple different users adding content and helping test the system for us. I've put some content on recently, like this. It's just some photography of mine. So let's go and see in my profile how many views I've had, and therefore how many Panj I've received as a reward. So overall at the moment I've had 33 views, and that's given me a claimable Panj token of 215. So it's really nice to see you being rewarded for the effort that you've put in. Right, let's create a new piece of content. Create. Let's do a photo. Give it a title, some text, and add in some images. We'll make that the cover image. Let's upload another one. There we go. Next, we have to link this to the network. So we call them gateways, or you could class them as a subreddit or a category. So we've got a Pangia section, and we'll put that in leadership. And if you want to add another subcategory to those two, then you can add them in here. Let's go next to the final step, and we can add in a tag to help with search results. We then select a classification. We have storage options, and then we can click ping. Now at this point, it's calculating how much it costs in Panj. So Mac at this point, it calculated the cost, and now we're able to publish it to the network. Now that it's calculated the cost, we then click publish, and we can, it's going to cost us this much in Panj. Are you happy to publish your content? And there we have it. Our seed has been published to the network, and here it is in the top right hand corner. Click here. Let's have a look. And there we go. Our images are now on Pangia. And we can then go through categories, find Pangia, leadership, and it's also here. We also have a quick start guide for anybody not quite understanding how the system works. You can go in and find out how the system works. You can also type in quick start in the search results, and that will bring it up as well. And there we have it, Pangia in a nutshell. There is going to be loads more features coming. We hope you enjoy it. Get on there, create some great content. Let's link it all together and let's start building a better world. Super. Thanks, guys. That's great.
I do like the originality of your icons. I don't like the. I get kind of tired of the same icons on every platform, like the bell being kind of split in half. Looks cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and you have an inbox. How do you send messages? Is that enabled on Pangia?
It's not enabled yet, but it will be enabled on there. Eventually, we'll have the ability to have comments on different seeds, to have chat rooms on there. So there'll be all these different kinds of technical ways to communicate with the platform. Yeah.
So at first, your main thing is just to get people on there, uploading videos, uploading photos, uploading text files, and tutorials and stuff like that, Medium article kind of things, and then start linking stuff, and then getting feedback as that goes along. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, so at the moment, like, we just want people on there. We just want people to come on and experience it, see what they think, see how they feel about posting something on there and getting tokens for getting views. We want them to communicate, to try out the system, just generally come and see if they enjoy Pangia. I mean, everybody out there says they want a different kind of internet. We've got this far. We've built this product. We want to get people on it, get them using it, and see what they think. Really start getting that user feedback and start building out Pangia. Building out Pangia as a community and a content archive. So yeah, and it'll be great to see how people use it, for people to put their first experiences on there, to start making connections on there, and we'll be adding features all the time before we, get out there and go for our big token launch.
Awesome. Sounds great. So Magic Monday is around the corner, guys. Get ready. Pangia is coming for you. And is there anything else you want to share about what's going on in the overall Aleph Zero ecosphere, cryptosphere in general? There's been a lot of interesting, rumors going around, and a lot of big news coming out, I think, in the next week or 2 weeks. So we're all kind of just holding on the edge of our seats for that, right?
Well, I think it was interesting because obviously the macroeconomic climate out there is not looking great. We've seen huge amounts of money be wiped off the US stock exchange, which was always going to happen. The AI bubble is bursting. It was interesting to see that. Bitcoin is down. It seems like the US economy has just been inflated, and I would encourage people just at the moment to try to hold on. I think it's not just crypto, it's the whole world seems to be having a bit of a kind of rethink of where it is financially, following the kind of, last 30 years of US fiscal policy, which has affected the world, and we're kind of sort of waking up from the money printing jamboree. And I think, just personally, I would encourage people to hold on. Like, these times are really tough, and not think it's like personal for them, or personal to their investments, or personal to the way that they're doing things. It's like really, really tough, In the shops here in the UK, I bought a bar of chocolate at Christmas, and that bar of chocolate is now like 30% more expensive in 6 months' time.
Did you say you're investing in chocolate?
No, but I just mean there's just like that's like the reality that we're dealing with at the moment. It's like the
it's so
cash is really tight, and I think this is going on all over the world. And I just encourage people to stay strong. I think with Aleph Zero, there are some fantastic advancements on the horizon. We've heard rumors. I don't really want to speculate on the rumors about what I've heard, but things sound good. It sounds like they're getting some good partnerships, that they're getting some good ideas coming out there. It's been a hard road. It's been a hard road for all the altcoins at the moment. As we talked about earlier, you said there's very little out there in crypto other than meme coins and mindless speculation. One thing Lee talked.
It sucks when it's your passion. That's all you see people jumping into, And it's like, I've been like into Aleph Zero because they went into privacy, and I'm just super excited for that to launch, because I know that's what we really need. At least one of the big things and I really like RWAs, real world assets, things that you can actually, put your hands on, and things that actually make people's lives easier. Whereas, NFTs and meme coins, it just goes to show that we're in a speculative economy. People have too much money on their hands. Nobody's been through a recession. Nobody's been through a depression. And it's been, the US especially has been just inflating to heck. And we're all going to come to a realization soon that, the recession will come. There are ups and downs. And when the recession hits, people will go to actual value. They're going to start actually looking at blockchains that provide value and service to the greater humankind. And right now there's just no blockchain that really does that. And I think Vitalik mentioned it a few times that he thinks privacy is the next big narrative, and a lot of other sort of the banking industry has mentioned it. Many people from the different sectors of the banking industry, and I think personally that I would like it as a content creator to have sort of a private wallet connected to my Pangia account, and then I can have that verified through my my social media or my Azero ID or whatever, and then that's how KYC is done. But then all the stuff behind it is powered through ZK, and I don't have to worry about people tracking my wallet and trying to figure out what tokens I'm buying and trying to figure out how my IP address and how they can scam me as a content creator, because we become big targets because we put ourselves out there, we put our face out there. And yeah, so hopefully in the next coming months things will change, turn around. Aleph Zero outperformed during the last bear market, did what is it, 10x, and it's kind of funny now we're kind of like surviving as everything else is tanking. We're starting to go up again, so well, at least in terms of BTC price. So yeah, see how things are going.
Yeah. And I think it's very tough. I think it's very tough out there because everyone's like sort of when altcoin season, and one thing Lee talks about is that the VCs have kind of like sniffed the future with the altcoin markets and have like come in with these like disastrous unlocks. So you can get in as a retail investor, and then the VCs get these huge unlocks and dilute you out of existence with their unlocks. And he says that's one of the reasons why retail has not been interested in the tech, because the VCs got super greedy. And so like that's why people have gone for the meme coins, because at least with meme coins there's speculation value, and it's kind of like the fun of going to a casino more than kind of like getting in on the tech. When you know if the tech's really good, there's some VC behind it who have just got all the coins, and you're gonna like, you might buy in at X price, but like they're just going to swamp out the liquidity with the 7 billion coin, a vesting schedule that's going to give them all the power. So it's an
a market cap with Azero, they need to set the market cap or the total coin. What do you call it? The total amount of coins in circulation, and when is it going to be finished? At 500 million, at 450, and once I think that kind of information is set in stone, a lot of people will feel more assured in investing and realize that Aleph Zero, you're only going to get this price for so long until then the inflation is actually reduced to 4% or 3%, and we're going to start having halvening events and things like that to help kind of drive the price of Aleph Zero, and therefore driving the users to move to Aleph Zero. And on top of that, they'll have privacy, speed, great UX, UI, all this other great things, Pangia. So really excited to see where the next couple of months take us.
Okay, so like just to end this up, looking forward to seeing everybody. Magic Monday, get out there, get on Pangia, get posting. Yeah, Magic Monday. Woo,
just another Magic Monday. Is that the right song, or is it Manic Monday? I can't remember.
It will do. Wish it was Sunday.
Awesome, man. Well, looking forward to hearing from you on Monday. And thanks for talking with me today. And if anybody has any questions for Kieran, feel free to jump into their Telegram or go ahead and comment below, and I can go ahead and get the information for you. Either way, have a great day, everyone. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next episode. Thanks, Kieran.
Thank you, Mac.